Are you serious? Are you serious? Folks, you do not want to miss today's live broadcast at my website, www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. Our guest will be economic expert, without question, and author of the Global Economic Reset, and that's Fabian Calvo. Fabian's been on our show before. He's very knowledgeable in the world markets. Many of his clients work on Wall Street. He's written a couple different books. He's a lecturer among investment bankers, and he's very connected with the internal workings, if you will, of the global economy. Now, Fabian believes, and he has been teaching, that the world has changed hands. Economic control has changed hands 6 times. 6 different empires have been in control of the world economy. I mean, you can talk about the Babylonian Empire, Roman Empire, the Persian Empire, the Ottoman Empire, the British Empire, and right now the American Empire. And he says that it's about ready to reset for a 7th time. And he will be talking about that, as well as what about the fact that just last week another Citigroup banker was suicide? Was he murdered? 49 bankers have died in the last year, and I'm talking high-level bankers. Some of them CEOs, some of them presidents of banks, owners of banks, VPs, high-level JP Morgan Chase, Citigroup. I mean, of the 6 top major banks of the world, we're talking about the CEO of Bitcoin. What? I mean, all of this. And so Fabian Calvo will be our guest, talking about the dead bankers, talking about the New World Order. How does this one world currency come about? And we've got a lot to ask him. But matter of fact, I'm going to hear his own words about what's happening as he talks about the silent hand of the market. Fabian Calvo.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Fabian for Liberty, FabianForLiberty.com. Another day in America, another dead banker. Who would have seen that one coming? You know, a while back ago, in fact, this Monday, I'm going to be on Pastor Paul Begley's radio program. And, I was on his show, I don't know, maybe a month ago, 2 months ago. And I don't really like to even talk about this, although I used to talk about it more, but it's like people get it's like something that kind of irks me are people that say, well, I have this source of info, and I get it. There's a lot of people out there that do have sources. I have sources on Wall Street because of the business that I'm in. But I've stopped really talking about it, right? Because, I think the information that I provide should basically speak for itself. Like, I don't need to legitimize it by saying, oh, well, I got this from, this great tip. Point is that I was talking to a group of guys maybe 4 months ago when, the banker stuff was coming out, and I asked them, what do you think about this? And one of the people told me, there's hundreds, if not thousands of people just in his course that he's run into, that he's met, that will be in, a meeting with the Fed, or will be in a meeting with high-level bankers or whatever. And a lot of them, or not a lot, several of these guys will routinely make comments about the insanity of the marketplace, of the record debt levels, record corporate debt, all this stuff, right? Or for that matter, will call things out like the LIBOR scandal, all these other scandals that go on. And he told me, and I agree, those are the people that are basically being killed. I've said this, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. The system, I believe, I did a video a couple days ago about how central bankers are terrified. Some people were like, no, they're not terrified, they control everything. No, they're terrified because, remember, and I'm not talking about the people at the very, very top that no matter what happens, the 1% of 1%. I'm talking about the central bankers that roll out their agenda. A lot of them actually think they can control this, right? And it's kind of like, maybe they can control the snowflakes that fall, but when that snowflake has turned into an avalanche and it's freaking barreling down to the city below for complete destruction, they can't control that. And that's eventually what Adam Smith, I think, was talking about. Maybe he wasn't talking about it as a snowball, but the point is he was talking about the silent hand of the market.
The silent hand of the market. The shadow government. The Illuminati. The rise of the beast. We're going to get into it. Another dead banker. 49 high-level bankers have died within a year, jumping off buildings, hanging from the ceiling in their office, run over, riding their bikes down the road, shot and murdered in their homes. And this banker slit his throat from ear to ear and died in his own bathtub, but the knife was under his body. What? Are you buying that? Somebody's murdering the bankers. The silent hand of the market. Who is that? We're going to try to find that out. Fabian Calvo will be our guest today. Don't miss it. At my website, www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. You can also listen to it on Blog Talk Radio. Or if you're busy, but you don't want to dare miss it, you can use your iPhone if you have the Paul Begley Prophecy app and watch it. Or you can dial this phone number from any cell phone. The number is 347-324-5208. That's 347-324-5208. And listen to the entire broadcast on your cell phone while you're going about your day. Don't miss this broadcast. The silent hand of the market. Fabian Calvo will be our guest. God bless. We'll talk to you in just a little bit.